So as you can see from the title, we're doing a zodiac reading, predictions for the year 2024. What's gonna come towards you in all aspects in life, whisper want to tell you. And I don't do a lot of zodiac readings like that, but if you like this kind of reading and you want me to boast more of this style of reading, you can write me in the comments that you like this kind of reading you want me to boast. I used to do some of them before. I have some of them on my channel, but not really a lot. Okay, so Libras, remember to like and subscribe to my channel. If you want a personal reading, you can email me. My email is down in the description. Just send me an email with your question or questions, and I'm gonna get back to you with a PayPal request. If you want to be a member of my channel, press the join button or press the link down in the description that says join my channel, and it's going to take you automatically to our web browser. Okay, Libra, what's coming toward you this year? Things not going to be stable, but I do feel like this year you're going to find a reason why. The reason why of something. So whatever, if something of something, because you don't even understand what this something is. I do feel like there's something toxic that you've been running away from, Libras, by being detached, and you're really trying to be positive, but it keeps popping, and you keep trying to be detached, and it keep popping, and you're really not really admitting to yourself what is that toxic feeling, what is this toxic niggle thing that been popping, right? And you cannot be stable because of it, and it's just spirit trying to tell you, the universe been trying to tell you, what is that thing that making you feel this way? You've been ignoring it by trying to force your positive feeling, force your productive nature. That thing was literally slowing you, taken from your creativity, taken from your life, taken from a lot of things. That thing was really, you think that things are stable. It's almost like you created a fake reality of things being stable, but they're not. So what's coming toward you in this year 2024 is literally here understanding that those things and emotions that you thought that they're there, they're not there. It's almost like understanding that you've been focusing on something that was not there, whether it's a relationship, whether it's love, whether it's like feelings. For some of you dealing with your own feelings and all of that, you're gonna realize that you've been focusing on things that they were not there. Okay, they were not there. This is not what you need to be focused on. I do feel like a lot of you here, Libras, this year going to really have, you're going to have a final ending of some sort. There's a final ending going to come to you, going to relieve you from whatever misery. There's an ending going to be forceful by the universe. That's just going to come to you to make things stable. So this ending, for some of you, it's not going to be pleasant. For some of you, it's pleasant. It depends on what kind of Libra that you are. If you're a Libra who've been really doing a lot of bad things, shit, hurting people, this ending going to be to force you to be taken away from other people's life that you've been really hurting. For others of you, this ending going to happen to you also to take you, in general, spirit gonna take you away from some certain things, whether it's like you, because you're toxic, some of you. Okay, some of you are toxic, so the universe want to take you away from certain people for you to heal, and you being really blessed and away from certain people that you like is going to highlight a lot of things that you need to work on to be stable. It's almost like the universe going to be forcefully holding your arms and legs and putting you in like a stable, or like you want to fight but you cannot fight, and it's like taking away a lot of things from you. It's like, I'm gonna take your phone, I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna take that for you to be stable. It's like a forceful stable ground. Literally, it's forceful. It's almost like you're stagnant, you want to run, you want to scream. It's kind of like a horror movie when you're trying to, or a bad dream when you're trying to run and you cannot run. This is the thing where like you're on stable ground and you're forced to touch and feel everything around you. This is what's gonna happen to you. Okay, a lot of you Libras here are seen again here, like make sure to check all your chart, your moon sign, rising sign, and all of that, and watch the readings that I've done for that, because I'm dealing with different Libras. But I'm talking about a general energy for Libra here. I'm talking about, yeah, I feel like the stagnation here is because you're not speaking your truth. A lot of you are really not speaking your truth. You've been really in denial about your truth, in denial about what you truly feel, and you've been really cutting a lot of things, or you've been really manipulating the truth to people around you, whether you're friends or family, whether you're lying about certain feelings that you feel, or you're lying about what you feel inside or what you want, or you're lying about certain things. You just got used to lie and hide the truth by doing certain things or being around people who are like really going to help you to not address the truth. So for some of you, you've been dealing with a lot of fake people, or you've been blocking yourself from receiving love or from getting love because you've been really finding comfort being surrounded by certain people who are like not going to force you to be triggered to those emotions, triggered to the bad things that you've done, whether you've done something wrong to yourself or to others. For some Libras, I do feel like you're very evil. I cannot speak evil. You still didn't speak your truth. You hurt a lot of people because, of course, general energy, there's a lot of people, there's bad and good Libras. Yeah, some of your Libras, if you didn't hurt anybody, you still were you're hurting yourself. So a lot of your Libras are hurting either someone or yourself. A lot of you are really doing yourself, like, you're not doing yourself justice by really ignoring yourself. It's almost like yourself is crying to you and you're abusing yourself by telling yourself, stop crying about it. Like, stop crying. Or you've been doing this literally to someone, or you're hiding something. Okay, so what's going to happen here to Libras this year? Libras, I've told you, force ending. A force ending going to come. I do feel like the universe is going to take you away from the people that you've been really either you're making other people stagnant. For some of you, you're making a lot of people around you stagnant. For others of you, you might have people who are like making you stagnant. And I do feel like, in general, I do feel like the universe is going to take away people that you were affecting by your stagnation, and they're going to force you to be around people who force you to be more stagnant. It's almost like you're going to find yourself very restricted by those people who restrict your emotion and putting you there. It sounds like you feel like, okay, who's bad and who's good? You kind of like were so much in denial with yourself and not addressing your emotion that you're like, you got used to really be open around people that you were actually not open around, if it makes sense. You got used to be around fake people, or people who are really not really giving you love, because they're the only people who are not going to address certain things. And I do really going to realize that you're losing the right people that were making you actually feel good. There's something about your intuition is being blocked when it comes to who's good and who's bad around you, just because you've been so abusive to yourself or abusive to someone. And this is why I don't realize who is giving you love and who is not giving you love anymore. And I do feel like the restriction is going to be like the universe is going to take a lot of the people who actually were giving you love and force you in here, like force you in this toxic environment of people who are like literally like your personality to yourself, or like you around other people. And this environment going to create like, it's almost like this environment is going to be too toxic, but at the same time, you're going to be forced to be stable, as we spoke. I'm trying to explain it to you, okay? So it's going to happen this year for you, Libras 2024. As I told you, the Tower moment of like taking away a lot of things and putting you in this fake, like a Three of Swords, putting you in this heartbreak and the emotional Tower moment, emotional things and all of that, because you don't understand. You're not going to see it happening. You're going to think like you're happy, everything is good, you know, you're going in the right direction, you're winning, but your intuition is telling you something, but you're refusing to understand your intuition. And I do feel like there's a block here, and Spirit really wants you to open up this block of intuition. I do feel like with time you're going to understand. There's a Tower moment going to happen, going to speak the truth to you. So whatever truth that's going to happen, they're going to speak a lot of truth of your feelings, your truth to yourself. For some of you, the truth to yourself is going to be very painful, that you're the reason why you were feeling this way, you're the reason why you're doing this, or you're doing something to yourself. It's going to be painful to hear the truth, okay, with yourself, to address your emotion. For some of you, it could be like you're just, if you hurt someone, it's just very painful to understand the truth, but you're going to be forced. It's almost like the truth going to come to you either from a third source, or by Tower moments, or by other people addressing the truth in front of you, or telling you that to your face, or by like you cannot hide it because someone going to expose your secret, or something in front of you that you're going to see that it's just going to be so harsh that people just going to keep asking you about your insecurities, or keep asking you about your truth, keep asking you about certain things that happen that you don't want to admit. And those things are going to make you explode to a point where you're going to have to address the fact with yourself. And I do feel like a lot of things here are going to make you feel stable, okay? But as I told you, the Three of Cups here, the third party, the third thing that's going to come, they're going to address the truth for you. And it's almost like you're forced by the universe. And also, I told you, by being cut away from the people who are like really joyful, you're gonna find yourself really looking for old friends, old people that you maybe lost or something like that, and watching their life, and you really want to come back. Like you're drowning, you want to come back to their life, you will come back to people, or you regret not opening up to certain people, or you want to come around certain people, and you're gonna find yourself also regretful to yourself, to regretful to, you know, not allowing yourself to be yourself or to be creative. You're going to find yourself very regretful, so be aware from your regret and feeling a lot of regret to a point where maybe you're gonna turn yourself to a narcissist or something like that. I don't feel like gonna find yourself being forced to think in a different energy, more like you're going to be forced to think like a fire sign energy or something like that here, because you're lacking passion, creativity, and all of that. What's going to come to your Libra this year, 2024? I do feel like things are no longer really sticking around. You'll find yourself like having things that they're not tangible. They're just losing and they're just gone. Things that you lost things, and you're gonna find yourself, and this is going to create a reality of like, I've been losing what been really valuable for myself. I've been really letting the valuable things go in my life. And there's a huge addressing the fact to yourself, and maybe sitting with yourself and admitting that you've been really letting really valuable things slide. By this behavior is going to make you stop doing that, okay? So let's see career here for you, Libra. I do feel like your career life, you might have to pay a lot of money for someone. Some of you might start a project that you might pay something for the project, but you're going to pay some other source or something like that. I do feel like, or someone gonna ask you for money a lot this year. Libras also, I do feel like, yeah, someone gonna ask you for money, or you're gonna find yourself giving money or being generous also with money this year. So I do feel like you're gonna give a lot of money or something like that. Or you're gonna be financially stable, you're gonna have money, but I do feel like you might find yourself like wanting someone also to spend your money on. Or you're gonna be generous giving your money to someone, like, you know, buying things and all of that. Let's see career. Yeah, I do feel like you're gonna feel like you have money, but you don't have something to spend on. Like you don't know what to do with it. Like you have money, but there's no joy in your life. Sounds like you're gonna have the money and everything they wanted, but again, the highlighted things from the universe that you've been really lacking or missing out. It's almost like I have the money, but I'm not happy with the outcome of something, right? There's something like that. I do feel like a majority of you also are going to feel like you're going to have to give the money to someone else, or you owe someone money, you're going to have to give them back their money. It's not yours or something like that, okay? So let's see here for Libra. Take 5 this percent. Libra, let me tell you something here. A lot of you got to stop the bullshit. We got aromatherapy, soak and bath, drink tea, connect with your ancestor, watch a movie. It gives me a lot of you are trying to escape by being positive, by trying to find something. Like, I'm having time for myself, I'm having that, you know, I'm being connected to myself, I'm doing that, I'm doing whatever to escape the reality here. You need to look at your own movie, your own life. Stop trying to avoid your own life. You need to look at your own life. This is what's going to happen this year. Spirit are going to force you to look at your own life decisions. Your own, like, you are the actor in the movie. Stop looking at other ways around, you know, to build a new chapter when you didn't even watch your old chapters, right? And what happened and what you did and why this chapter is getting even darker. There's no progress. There's no progress. You keep lying to yourself by adding music, adding things. So let's see here. Got strength, transformation, potential, creation. The same thing that we spoke about. I'm going to take 3 more per set. Okay. So we got strength, transformation, protection, and we got dedication, and we got honor, potential, and purpose, creation. I do feel like, as I told you, you're lacking creation. Even though you think that you're being creative and all of that, your creativity is actually blocked from really being creative in your life purposes. For majority of you, are going to understand that you have more potential in life, that you have the strength to do it. But if you have the strength to do it, but your strength are really, sounds like because you're not really understanding what you need to transform and change, your energy is going on direction that is just being too much. You're either being too toxic for yourself, others, or being indulgent in a lot of things too much, right? I do feel like the transformation, are you doing one thing to avoid things like too much, where like you cannot do anything other than that. Spirit going to tell you that your strength needs to be somewhere else, and this is going to happen by the Tower moments this year going to happen to you, for you to go to your life purpose. And I do feel like you're very dedicated to give strength to your creation here, or whatever you're being creative with. It's like a creation, but it's like you need to balance yourself. You are unbalanced. Protection and honor. I do feel like you need to understand that right now Spirit trying to protect others from you. As sad as it sounds, right now Spirit trying to protect others from you. It could be not toxic, you're around people who you need to be protecting yourself from. But because of that, because you're being very protective, that Spirit are taking a lot of people away from you. I do feel like you're really toxic as a person in a relationship, majority of you. And you got to understand that, because you're toxic to yourself. You have a bad relationship with yourself. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely day. Make sure to check your moon sign and rising sign also. Okay? Let me know if you like this kind of reading. Bye.